Hello, yet again. This video is a little different than what I usually make, but it seemed fun, so I'm doing it anyways. Oh yeah, by the way, I'll be using Fabric to code this mod. Why Fabric instead of Forge? Well, I'm much more familiar with Fabric than Forge. So, yeah, time to set up the Minecraft mod. The first thing you'll need to do is, if you want to make a Minecraft mod, is to download a JDK if you want to, program in Java, which is what Minecraft Java Edition is made in. I usually use adopt OpenJDK, and if you want to use it, also use it. I left a link in the description to go download it. Make sure you select Java 16 for the version and hotspot for the JVM. When the installer finishes downloading, run it. Accept the end user license agreement if you want to continue and if you actually agree with it. Next, make sure you have add to path associate.jar and set Java home variable set to will be installed on local hard drive, or entire feature will be installed on local hard drive if you want to do that. Finally, click install. Alright, I don't know how, but I forgot this for some reason when writing the script. To get the mod template, you can go to github.com/fabricmc/fabricexamplemod, then click code, download zip. After it finishes downloading, you can extract it and put it anywhere you want. I just put it on my desktop. Then you can rename the mod folder to reflect the name of your mod. For mine, I just put tutorial mod. Oh yeah, you can also delete the license and readme files, as those were for the mod template and you don't need them in your mod. Next thing you'll need to do is configure the gradle.properties file. There's this thing on the Fabric website that will help with that. I left a link in the description for that too. Copy where it says gradle.properties on the website and put that into your actual gradle.properties file. Don't just paste them in there though, paste them where they go. After that, you'll need to edit the Maven group and archives base name. The Maven group is basically your username dot the name of your mod, separating each word with a dot. For my mod, I'll put daviddevsgames.tutorial.mod. Your archive's base name is basically the name of your mod but separated with dashes, and again, for my mod, I'll just put tutorial-mod. Now since that's out of the way, it's time to configure the actual mod. If you haven't already, go download VS Code with the link in the description. If you want to use other IDEs, that's fine, just make sure you're familiar with them and they have support for Java. If you're not familiar with any IDEs, you should probably use the same one as me. If you're using VS Code, make sure to install the extensions that I linked in the description. After you've done that, go to terminal, new terminal, because we need to run some commands first. The first command you'll need to run is /gradlew gen sources. Make sure it looks the exact same as the way I typed it. This command can sometimes take a while, so if you want to pause the video, go get a drink of water and chill for a bit, you can. After that command finishes, run the command /gradlew vs code. Make sure again it looks the exact same way as the way I typed it. Once that is finished, go to the fabric.mod.json file. This file has all the main stuff for our mod, like the name, description, license, etc. First thing you need to do is set your mod ID. If you've used commands, the Minecraft : whatever thing you need to get, it's basically the mod ID, except instead of putting Minecraft : something, you put your mod ID : something. I hope that makes sense. I'll just set mine to tutorial. Next thing we need to set is our name. This one has no limitations to what you can put, so you can have all the weird capitalizations that you want. I'll set mine to just tutorial mod. After that, you need to set your mod description and make sure it's brief yet describes your mod well. For mine, I'll just put, this is a tutorial mod. Yeah, it's a tutorial mod. That's a wonderful description. For the authors, you can put just one person if you're working alone, or multiple people if you're working with other people on this mod. I'll just put my name since I'm working alone. The contact field is entirely optional. You can leave it blank if you'd like. Use whatever license field you like. I'll be using CC by NC 4.0. If you want to use something different, I'll leave a link in the description for different licenses and their uses. For the icon, the only thing you need to change at the moment is the mod ID. Put whatever you want for your mod ID, I'll set it to tutorial. For the main entry point, change it to your Maven group that you set in your gradle.properties file and add a .your mod name at the end with proper capitalization. I'll put daviddevsgames.tutorial.mod.tutorial for mine. The last thing you need to change before changing all the file and folder names is the mixins part. Set it to yourmodid.mixins.json. Mixins are a really good tool for modders that allow you to mix in code to Minecraft's original code. Get it? Cause it's called mixins and you. Moving on. Since we updated a bunch of things in the fabric.mod.json file, we need to update the names of the actual files to reflect the changes we made. The first few things you can do to rename your modid.mixins.json file to yourmodid.mixins.json. Before you go on, make sure to change your package to your Maven group name with .mixin at the end. Mine would be daviddevsgames.tutorial.mod.mixin. Also, remove example mixin from the file because we won't be needing it. Then you can delete the example mixin file from your mixin folder. After that, the only things you need to do are rename the mod ID folder in your assets folder to your actual mod ID, and finally, rename the folders that lead up to your mod initializer file to the points in your fabric.mod.json entry point. For me, I'll rename net to daviddevsgames, fabric MC to tutorial, and example to mod. If your mod name has more words in it, you can make more folders with the other words. Just make sure to drag in your mod initialize file in your mixin folder into the new folders. And if you did everything properly, it should work now. Just go to run and debug, start debugging. Make sure Minecraft client is selected. After a little while, Minecraft should load up. Next video, if this does well, I'll make a tutorial on adding an item to Minecraft. Alright, so if everything worked for you, you're done, I guess. I'll see you in the next video. But if you got an error anywhere setting up your mod, stick around because I'll be covering some possible errors that you might have gotten. So, if you got an error running either of the commands ./gradlewgensources or ./gradlewvscode, check to see if it says Gradle build error in the corner. Also check the problems tab. It can say things like how it couldn't load Gradle or zip end header not found. I've gotten those errors before. If it says any of those, the thing that usually works for me is to just close VS Code and open it again. Then, before you run the commands again, make sure it doesn't say Gradle build error in the corner, and also wait for Gradle to connect before you can run any of the commands. You'll know if it connected if it doesn't say build error in the corner, and if it doesn't show up in the corner. Also, make sure you've played the version you're trying to modify in the past. If you've never played the version like 1.17 for example, it'll give you errors. Next, if your error references the dev launch injector, try either re-importing the project or rerunning the two commands ./gradlewgensources and ./gradlewvscode. And if that didn't work, try cloning the fabric example mod and importing that. If you didn't get any of the errors that I just mentioned, but your game crashed for some reason, try and check your fabric.mod.json file, modid.mixins.json file, and your gradle.properties file to see if you misspelled any. Finally, if I didn't mention any of the errors that you're getting, you can check the Fabric Discord server and ask for help there, or my server if I end up adding modding help channels. Alright, see you later, I guess.